What's up, Together We Move? Coach Nate here, excited to bring on Amanda Brooks of Run to the Finish for a great mobility routine for you today. You know, Amanda Brooks has a similar background as me. She was a runner and she got really interested in how the body works. So she got into strength and conditioning and being a trainer and just understanding how she could better take care of herself, because she knew that if she could learn how to do that for her, she could help other runners, which, hey, that's what we were all about around here. So enjoy today's mobility and check out runtothefinish.com.
Hi runners, today as part of Together We Move, we are going to be working on those tight hip flexors. Probably been sitting a little bit more than you're used to, and the result can be hip pain, IT band, knee, so we want to take care of that, right? I'm Amanda from runtothefinish.com. I have been a running coach for many years, a runner for 20 years, and an author for many years as well. I love every aspect of running, and I am super excited to lead you through this stretching workout. So while we do the stretches, I'm going to be explaining a little bit more of why we're doing it and the importance of really stretching our hip flexors. All right, the first move on our list, you're probably going to think is a normal stretch, but no. I actually want you to do this a little bit differently. I want you to hit a muscle that's called your TFL. It's often overlooked and therefore very tight and can cause all kinds of hip issues. So in the normal stance, if you were going to be doing a hip stretch, you've got your legs kind of staggered. Here, I want your front leg to be immediately in line with your back leg. Camera's at an angle, so it might still look angled to you. That's why I have something here to kind of put your hand on for a little balance. And then with the leg that's down, we want to push that hip out. Oh, you can put your arm up too if you want to. Oh, feels so good. So we're getting in this stretch a little differently. And like I said, while we're stretching, I'm going to talk about why this is so important. So for each stretch, our goal is 30 seconds to a minute. I will probably do most of them for 30 right now, so you can do a second round if you want to later. So we're gonna feel that. Oh, it feels so good. But we're gonna switch legs here real fast and then keep talking. So, sorry guys, it just feels so good. Our hip flexors, why does it matter so much? When our hip flexors are tight, one of the things that happens is we end up tucking our pelvis, or we do this weird like Kardashian booty thing, and so all kinds of things are going wrong there, which makes it harder when we want to run. All right, our second movement is a resistance stretch. So I want you to find that bench. You're going to be putting one leg up and the other one in front of you in that normal stance. Now, you're facing forward, I'm just kind of looking at you. We want to work on getting you to the point where your butt can touch that foot and this knee is pretty much perpendicular. Starting out, you may find that you're way out here and you can't go any farther back. That is this tightness. So over time, you are going to work back to more of this. Now, we can hold this, and that is amazing, but we can also add in the resistance component. So that would be where I'm pushing away with this foot and then using this leg to push back. And it's not a huge movement. It's very small. It's kind of a tug of war almost. And you do kind of 10 repetitions of that. So the reason we like resistance stretching along with holding things is we're adding in that strength component, right? So for runners to get better, we need both strong hips and hips that are flexible and mobile. So let's switch sides. Again, we're making do with whatever we have at this time, right? So leg behind, we're gonna hold. Now, talking more about why those tight hip flexors matter. When they get tight, then other things in our body start to respond because it's trying to counteract the fact that now you're not in good alignment. So you might notice that actually your shoulders kind of start to hunch forward because your body is almost going into this little C shape. And of course, what happens then? Well, then we can't breathe as well. Our lungs aren't as open. So yes, one thing relates all the way up the chain. We forget our entire body, it's connected. Okay, are we ready for the next move? Let's move on. All right, movement number 3. This one is so good, but not easy for everyone. So this is what we call a deep squat, a Buddha squat. So again, it could help if you have something to hold on to. I want you to just get down, and then I want you to be able to use your elbows to kind of push out and hang out here. So again, we are loosening up our hip flexors. When your hip flexors are tight, it inhibits your glutes. Weak glutes mean less power when you're running, so other muscles try to compensate. The result is usually an injury, right? The other thing that's happening in this is we're actually working on your ankle flexion, which is super important for good foot strike. If you cannot stay here without your heels coming up, put a mat, a rug, whatever you need to roll up under your feet so that you can get down here and keep those feet flat. I don't want you down here like this. Then you're like trying to activate your calf muscles, all kinds of things. This is a stretch. We're sitting into it. We're keeping our chest up and we're pushing out with those arms. Okay, there are 2 more stretches that are really fantastic here. One would be your normal child's pose. So just kind of allowing yourself to fall over, which is largely just counterbalancing the movements what we've just done where we're kind of pushing forward. But the other one is giving yourself a knee hug. So you could be laying on your back or you can do it standing up, but you're just bringing this knee in, holding and switching sides. So again, we're trying to tell our body to get back into alignment, to let go of this tension. We need all of those components to come together so that we can run really, really well. All right, runners, there you have it. No fancy studio, no fancy equipment, just getting things done at home. No excuses, because it's going to feel so good after sitting, and it's going to ensure that when you head out for the next run, your body feels good too. So I am always around for more questions. Please hit me up on social media, and I can't wait to see more of you out there running injury-free.